Hello! Look at this! Look at this! Look at this! Look at my red... Look at the... Shut up! Look at my red nose! I'm joined once again by my partner in chuckles, my bebearded sidekick Simon, for whom every day is Red Nose Day. Because he
is an alcoholic.
Because boozers do have red noses, don't they? Because the alcohol dilates the capillaries, leads to burst blood vessels, which of course leads to swelling of the nose, causing indignity as well as ill health.
Charles Kennedy.
Okay, I'm going to take this off now. I think we've made the point. Okay, today we have been asking you all to tell us what you've been doing for comic relief. One from Paul, who says he's been sitting in a bath of baked beans.
What's he doing that for?
I don't know. Oh, priceless. Sam from Kings Lynn says he's also is a trough of baked beans, the same things. Peter in Kings Lynn says he has gone into a bath of chocolate ready Beck with his golden retriever. Oh God. Okay, give me the phone. Susan, email number 5. Just send it straight through to the usual place. You mark it for the attention DCI Lambert. No, he's up to speed. Just tell him we've got another. It's DCI Lambert.
Lambert and Butler.
Okay.
Sounds like a cop show. Where they're both.
Let's take a call on line 6. It's Mark Whooping.
Hello, Alan.
Hello. What have you got for us?
I made a life-size man entirely out of compacted pieces of cheese, which I then auctioned for £150.
Fantastic.
All of which goes to Comic Relief
Great.
once I've covered my costs.
Right. How much did the cheese cost you?
About £130.
All right. So it's a profit of £20.
Yeah, cash.
Okay, but it's not a king's ransom, but it's.
It was all getting into the spirit of Comic Relief. Took 2 days off work to make it.
Okay, so it's 2 days off work. Well, that's
Yeah.
What's minimum wage? I mean, if minimum wage is £6, that's what 2 days of £96.
I actually earned twice the minimum wage.
Okay, right, double it, 192. So, what less you £20? That's a net loss of
£172.
Yeah.
Those poor kids. Will they have to pay for that? Or?
Well, no, they don't pay for it. You take the hit, mate. It's your
I still make £20.
You make £20, right?
Yeah.
You're going to give that to Comic Relief?
I've spent it.
Okay.
I live alone. Bye.
No worries.
I saw you once, Alan. In front of a garden centre.
Okay.
Bye.
Goodbye. Brian in Dis has called to say he has organised a naked football match.
Mixed, I hope.
Yes, twirling his moustache. And where might this match be? So many spectators. Yeah. No, it is mixed. It says here it's a mixture of men, women, boys and girls. Doesn't say how much they've raised. Coming up next, we've got some music. We'll take that through to Susan. Yeah. DCI Lambert. This is The Christians. And when will there be a harvest for the world? You know what really piddles me off? Poverty.
Oh, yes.
Just...
Yes. I would like to grab it by the lapels and say, get out of town. You're not wanted round here.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm exactly the same. I feel like grabbing it and saying, listen here, poverty, just, you get out of here. You're not wanted. This is private property. We are law-abiding citizens. It's people's gardens that this land backs onto. We don't want any trouble. Just clear up your stuff, tidy up after yourselves and clear off. You're not wanted. Go to Southend. There's plenty of waste ground there you can pitch up. Poverty.
Yeah.
It's time to get serious, because Comic Relief isn't just about the fun things that we all love, like Chris Moyles doing a guest appearance on 2 packets of crisps and a pint of lager. It's also about serious things, like Davina McCall holding the hand of an African boy whilst crouching down and saying a phone number. It's very, very solemn. With that in mind, Simon, if you could give us some facts about Africa. Fact Attack!
Fact number 1. Every year in Africa, starvation kills X children.
What? Yeah, you've not filled this in. I told you to fill in the blank.
I thought you'd filled it in. I thought the X was Roman numerals.
What? Well, you think every year in sub-Saharan Africa, 10 children die of starvation?
Yeah, there's more than that, isn't it?
Do you think Richard Curtis would get out of bed for 10 dead kids?
Fact number 2. AIDS.
We're going to have to do the comedy. Why don't you... Let's just go and find where our celebrity guest is, our special celebrity guest. Go on. See if he's here. Should be here by now. Time now for a very special comedy guest. Oh, God, these really pinches. They wore these back in 2001. Ow. It's none other than Abu Hamza, the boss-eyed Muslim cleric with a hook for a hand. Hello, Abu.
Hello, Alan.
Now, what have you been doing for comic relief?
I sat in a bath of beans.
Right, well, that's... Come on, mate, everyone's been doing that. You've got to be more original. What?
With a golden retriever.
No, don't go do that. Just improv, mate. You all right?
Yeah, my back.
Okay, fine. What are you doing these days, Abu?
I've been in Belmarsh prison awaiting extradition proceedings to the US.
That's not funny, mate. This is comic relief, for Christ's sakes.
I'm sorry.
Not you, it's him. It's not your fault. You've got enough on your plate.
Beans!
You see now, he's funny. Oh, my nose. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Must have been a... Oh, shit. Must have been a reservoir building up in there. Oh, Jesus. Ladies and gentlemen, Abu Hamza, the boss-eyed Muslim cleric with a hook for a hand.
Death to the West!
That was Hungary. Ow! A song entirely appropriate for our next guest. She has worked with some of the neediest people in Africa. That's not a criticism. All the way from Kenya, Sister Catherine. Now, I'm a big fan of nuns.
Very glad to hear that, Alan. Very pleased to hear that. Thank you.
No, because I think Irish nuns specifically sometimes get a bad press, unfairly. I'm specifically referring to hitting pregnant women with sticks in the 50s. I don't mean... Sorry, don't mean women in the 50s. Of course, no one would accuse you of that. That's barbaric. I'm talking about hitting pregnant teenage women in the decade of the 50s. And even then, only if they've misbehaved. Because I'm thinking because sticks then were very much for hitting people with.
I mean, back in the 50s, everyone had a stick.
Precisely.
Well, I'm here to talk about our relief work in Nairobi, where the levels of sanitation are next to non-existent, and people have to live with open sewers running...
You let you go on about that in a minute, but you are here because we want to give you a cheque for £200, which may not sound like a lot, but it's more than the average African, I think, earns in
a month.
The BBC canteen. Big question. Sting, Bono, Geldof. Help or hindrance?
Well, I think anyone who draws attention to the fact that there are thousands, millions of people living in one of the major cities in Africa...
It's one of these things, but it's really sort of pinches my nose. Before you got here, I had a nosebleed all down. Shit, sister, I am so sorry. Oh, my God, please forgive me. This is the second worst thing that's ever happened to me. I have never in 30 years of broadcasting ever sneezed blood on the blouse/cardi of a lady of the cloth. And God forgive me for saying this, you've got flecks on your wimple.
Are you okay?
I'm sorry. You got what you wanted, eh? Blood on the carpet. Blood on a nun, which is better in a way. Goodbye. This is Clannad with Rumdadum Ruddaderimo. I hate comic relief.
Hi, I'm Ricky Gervais, with me Stephen Merchant.
Hello.
And the little round-headed buffoon, that is Carl Pilkington. We're here to ask you to donate generously to Comic Relief. Carl, thoughts? Good cause?
I don't want to put it down, but... No, it's just every year. If I was watching this at home, it's kind of like, here we go again. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
If you want to give. If my dad's watching this at home now, he'll go home. It's not tonight, is it? He hates tonight. My mum gets annoyed because EastEnders isn't on. It changes the schedule. I don't like it when I see, you know, JLS, sat in a tub of beans, going, call up, makes no difference, I've made my mind up. It annoys me that they're sat in beans. There's people going hungry across the world. They're sat in God knows how many tins that is. It just seems a waste.
Right. But you think the cause is a good one?
But it's every year. So I think people just sort of go, oh, not again. How many times, if you had a mate who kept saying to you, you couldn't lend us a tenner, could you? How many times do you go, right, OK, this is the last time. We keep giving you money every year.
Right.
And each year you come back again with your hand out. How long are we going to keep doing this?
That's what you feel about Richard Curtis, who's behind Comic Relief.
Well, Richard Curtis, I never see him doing the bad stuff. He's never out there, is he? He gets all his mates to do it. Look at this I've arranged. Meanwhile, he's at home. I've never seen him in the thick of it.
No.
Lenny Henry, he's out there all the time.
Yeah.
You know, he's good. But Curtis, I bet people at home watching this haven't got a clue about Richard Curtis.
And yet he's the one who's going to get the knighted.
Is he?
Well,
Definitely.
Inevitably, yeah.
Definitely. I'd love it to mean something these days. I go, well, you've made a Knight of the Realm. And he goes, oh, brilliant. And I go, right, here's the suit of armour. Get on that horse. We're fighting the French. Let's see his face then.
Yeah.
Straight back onto Lenny Henry again.
I'm not perfectly sure that's exactly what we were expecting, to be honest with you.
Who wrote their script? Was Frankie Boyle their script editor? What?
Hold on a second, boys. Let's give them a chance. Let's hear them out.
Okay.
I feel that Carl's perhaps been a bit negative about Comic Relief. Can you give us your appeal for people to contribute to Comic Relief?
I just wish they'd focus on one charity. Just one thing a year. They go, this year, we're going to sort that out. And once we've raised money for that thing, we're not going to be knocking on your door again saying, we want some more.
Okay.
That is it.
What should we do? What charity do you want to solve? Everyone sends the money.
Well, just something important. In the paper the other day, they'd raised money for a pair of slippers for an elephant.
Right,
Now,
why?
I love elephants,
Yeah.
but it annoyed me. This picture there, 500 quid it was for a pair of slippers. Why?
Because he doesn't want to stomp around the house in his shoes.
We can't say that.
Exactly. You know, and sometimes he wears them over to the newsagent.
You shouldn't go out in slippers. They're for shoes in the house. Right. And then that's what happens. It will nip out with them on. Then next year, the elephant needs slippers again. And out again. In the street, there's always people. London, it's a nightmare. Honestly, you'd
What, the
nip
people
out.
with the clipboard?
Yeah, you couldn't avoid them. You cross the road, there's another one there. What am I going to do? I mean, a lot of the time, I think it's harder if you're a woman, a young woman, because the bloke's got them things on Greenpeace or whatever, deafkids.com, and they normally approach young women and they use it as a bit of a chatting up thing. You know, look at me, I'm a good bloke, doing a bit for charity. It's always with a good-looking woman, not like some toad-looking woman. He's always a good looker. Now, why is that? There's no evidence that says a good-looking woman's got more money.
If you're watching this and you haven't been stopped regularly to give charity, you probably look like a toad.
Red Cross, they've got more out of me. They keep calling up now they've got my number. Whenever there's a problem in the world, that phone isn't for me anymore. It's no use for me. It's just like the sort of Mother Teresa line. She's dead, who else can help us? Well, we've got Carl's number, give him a call. He's got a few quid. Honestly, that's how it seems every time. But I've told you, help the aged. You sign up, you give them your bank details. You're going to be looking after Edna. And they give you a little picture of Edna. She's sat there with one of those sort of pinnies on. It tells you what it's going towards. Pay you £10. That will go towards keeping Edna warm, right? Get another pack, about a month later, open it up, there's Edna, she's got a tan. So that's what they're doing with the money, not just keeping her warm, popping the gas on, sending her away on holiday. If they sent me a letter saying Edna's going on holiday, I'm not putting money towards that, I'm paying for a gas bill. And that's what puts you off charity. The more you find out, the more you sort of turn against it.
So you're saying could be a con?
Well, you do have to be careful with a lot of charities. Yeah, I'm sure this one's legit and money's going to the right places. But you never know.
I've just been asked to point out that Comic Relief is definitely legit. None of the money this evening goes towards slippers for elephants.
No.
I think what Ricky's trying to say is please keep your money coming in. Every penny that's sent to Comic Relief is desperately needed.
I know that's what he's trying to say, so let's go back and hear from them one more time. Ricky Gervais and Carl and Steve, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, I understand the cynicism. It's a drop in the ocean. It doesn't solve anything. It's people showing off on telly, right? Trying to get a bit of kudos, whatever, right? But what is nice is the ordinary people who do give so generously, and they're moved, and they might not have a lot of money themselves. Even people on welfare benefit, they're on the dole, or they haven't worked, they hand over a fiver to someone. Isn't that heartwarming?
People on the dole hand over money?
Yeah.
Well, that's easy. That's not their money to give away, is it? No, it is. You give me some of your money, I'll give it away. That's easy. It's when you've been working all week. Got a boss moaning in your ear. Quick, we've got to get this done. Can I have holiday? No, you can't. We've got a deadline to meet. But I've booked holiday now. My wife wants to go away. We've got a big order on plumbing supplies.
What's the order coming in?
It's a big order from abroad.
What do they want?
Extra U-bends.
Oh, come on, how many U-bends do
No,
we
we
need?
need to get it done.
But it's
Get
Friday.
back to work, right? Now, you need a holiday more than anyone. If they're on the dole, they're not stressed out. It's not their money. I can give money away that isn't mine.
Carl, what do you make of Comic Relief Night itself? Do you watch? Does it make you laugh?
I just feel like it goes on too long. You know, and they keep saying, this is the figure, you know, we're after. Let's beat last year's. Well, no, let's not. Let's not beat last year's.
Okay.
Because then next year you'll want even more. I said, let's have a bit of a lull. An all-time low this year. Let's try and do that. So next year it's easier to crack. I've always thought that. It's tricky, this, because it does look like I'm having a go.
No.
All I'm saying is, if you haven't got that much money, the money you have got, you spend wisely. Over in Africa, you've got the all-time high, 50 million. Well, let's go mental. No, let's not go mental. Just give them a few million, see how they get on.
Right. Give generously, but not too generously, because tonight we want an all-time low.
Thank you.
Yeah, that feels about right.
Of course. Let's say thanks for their support to Ricky, Stephen and Carl. And if you'd like to see more of that joke, the boys have done a special Comic Relief podcast which you can download.